All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
But when you really, like, once I got really invested in music, you know, that's initially all I wanted to work, Steve. And then the film and television stuff, I started to look closer at it, and it was exciting. It's a challenge for me to be a part of those projects because the process is a little different. Like, instinctively, when I'm writing music, it's right the first time.
Baby oil is, it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I done had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil.
All right.
Praise the Lord, baby oil.
50 Cent has been working on this documentary for almost 2 years. The footage he has is insane. The people he got speaking about Diddy is ridiculous.
When 50 Cent utters something mysterious, the sector seldom dismisses it anymore. Throughout the seasons, individuals have realized that his cautions frequently arrive before turmoil, not following it. This occasion, the expressions were candid and alarming. Your periods are restricted. He did not append documentation, law enforcement accounts, or proof. He did not even identify titles straight away. But nearly instantaneously, one identity started spreading across YouTube, Reddit, and remark areas. Steve Harvey. That solo prompted suspicion because Steve Harvey symbolizes something extremely particular in American amusement. He is not recognized as irresponsible, frantic, or scandalous. He is recognized as controlled, conviction-led, and household-centered. He offers guidance. He discourses regarding ethics. He portrays himself as someone who decoded existence and desires to instruct others how to perform the equivalent. So why would 50 Cent, who recently launched a chronicle that rattled Hollywood, even suggest that Steve Harvey might be following? To respond to that, we must cease reflecting in concepts of allegations and commence reflecting in concepts of sequences. The Diddy Chronicle did not merely reveal felonies. It revealed quietude, shielding, and biased reality. And in instances like this, the individuals who utter naught frequently draw more focus than the individuals who converse excessively. Steve Harvey has uttered naught, and that quietude is what this narrative is truly regarding.
Reason Diddy, around the time of his arrest, thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be exonerated later, so I'm going to film all this, and then I can use it in my big comeback later when I'm not in jail. Didn't work out the way he thought, and it turns out he went to jail for a few years. All right, he didn't get the full amount, but he still got a few years. And 50 Cent somehow managed to pay for the footage off of the videographer. Probably Diddy's worst nightmare, this. It's got to be up there. Now, we're going to get into what's in the actual documentary, and hell, it's some...
50 Cent has utilized seasons constructing a stature as someone who comprehends how the amusement sector truly functions behind locked gateways. He does not station himself as an ethical specialist. Rather, he portrays the character of the endurance expert who observed others collapse. That is why his cautions impact uniquely presently than they performed a decade previously. When his Netflix chronicle Sean Combs, The Reckoning, emerged in early December 2025, it validated something numerous individuals already theorized. The Diddy narrative was not merely regarding one male. It was regarding a framework that shielded him for decades. Diddy has currently been found guilty on 2 national charges concerning conveying individuals for and penalized to approximately 4 seasons in penitentiary, with petitions continuing. That portion is resolved. What agitated individuals was the notion that the Chronicle displayed only fragment of the illustration.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong on any front.
By the way, these conversations, the lawyer had no idea he was recording them. So when the lawyer's like, yeah, we need everyone to believe you did nothing wrong, it kind of takes away from when the lawyer is out in public saying, yeah, my client is completely innocent. And now he's showing the behind the scenes where he clearly didn't think he was very innocent. So not Diddy's smartest move. However, throughout this journey, you'll see he makes a lot of crazy decisions.
I don't think it's working. I listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting for a shoe to drop.
He himself right now, in case you can't tell, and he really doesn't look good.
It's the middle of September and there's still no indictment.
No, bro. Then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms to constantly be pushing that, Mark. Because you may just be a person that just does. You just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok.
He's basically trying to get control of the narrative. That's what he's really worried about. He wants public perception to be, this was all bullshit. Unfortunately for him, we had all seen the CCTV of him beating the shit out of Cassie, so we know you're not a good guy, man. That's out there. A statement from your solicitor is really not going to change that.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us, whether they're from this country or from another country. It could be somebody that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business of media and propaganda.
We need to brainwash some motherfuckers right now, and we need people who are used to working with the dirtiest of dirty, because that's what he is, and he's admitting it. How could you let this footage fall into the hands of 50 Cent, my guy? And honestly, it always comes down to money with Diddy, because Diddy didn't get rich just because he was, clever in music. Diddy got rich because he robbed people all the time, and him not taking care of the people around him, it just comes back to bite him a million times over.
It's like we have a movie, you're speaking this language, and you know what I'm saying, we need subtitles, and we're not providing the audience with subtitles. And I invited you to this movie, and you in this thing, you don't know what's going on. You just see, you just see the images, quickly. Now, it has a whole life of its own.
I gotta say, this whole doc was edited well when he said you just see the pictures and they cut to the CCTV. Well done, 50. You nailed that, son. If you're going to take him down in style. So you get a clear window from the jump here into Diddy's psyche. He doesn't give a f about Cassie or any of these girls. He doesn't give a f about anyone. It's save yourself mentality, and it's crisis mode. And you can see on his face, he's got a drug problem. This is at an all-time high of his drug taking, surely, because he is stressed out.
50 Cent publicly proposed that specific influential identities were omitted. Not because they were blameless, but because incorporating them would provoke immense judicial and monetary repercussions. That proposition transformed everything. Abruptly, every superstar response was significant. Every erased post was significant. Every quietude was significant. So when 50 Cent implied that others should flee, individuals did not perceive it as a jest. They perceived it as someone stating the narrative is not finished. Steve Harvey's identity entered that dialogue not due to proof but due to closeness, impact, and synchronization. And in Hollywood, synchronization is never coincidental. Steve Harvey and Sean Combs shared intersecting roots in amusement for seasons. They surfaced at high-stature occasions, philanthropic functions, and sector assemblies where authority, not fame, was the primary draw. One instance that persists reappearing is Diddy's $1 million contribution to Howard University. Steve Harvey has enduring connections to Howard through promotion, occasions, and communal backing. At the era of the contribution, numerous superstars lauded Diddy for investing in schooling and youngsters. Steve Harvey was one of them. He openly commended Diddy's liberality, strengthening the favorable persona Diddy cautiously preserved for seasons. That tribute remained detectable for a lengthy duration until it silently vanished following the Chronicle aftermath. Steve Harvey erased a vintage post lauding Diddy's altruism. There was zero clarification, zero announcement, and zero continuation. In solitude, erasing a post signifies naught. But in the present atmosphere, individuals are interpreting everything through a distinct perspective.
More tea to spill on P. Diddy. And this one ain't pretty, because it involves one of your most favorite television talk show hosts, Steve Harvey. Yes, apparently, there's a little birdie going around Hollywood saying that in the late 90s, Diddy, which I know about this because I had a friend who worked detail on the party, invited Steve Harvey to one of his famous freak-offs, and then recorded Steve Harvey in a very compromising position with somebody else, if you know what I mean. Which doesn't bode too well for Mr. Family Man, you know what I mean? So, the freak-off situation got pretty crazy. There was a tape circulating, I have seen the tape, But the problem here is Diddy has been blackmailing Steve Harvey for the last 25 years, including, and this is also some reports that I've been able to verify, Diddy was dating his daughter, as well as Diddy's son was dating his daughter. And people said reports that Diddy was using her as an ATM machine. It's disgusting to my core to hear accusations like this, and I have to confess this to you people, but the truth must come to light. And all these disgusting stories will be heard.
Different superstars were performing the identical action, purging publications, separating themselves, and feigning connections never occurred. The inquiry individuals are posing is not whether Steve Harvey perpetrated a felony. There is zero proof of that. The inquiry is whether he understood more than he ever acknowledged openly. In Hollywood, understanding and performing are handled very uniquely legally, yet ethically they frequently become obscured together. That obscurity is where gossip flourishes. The narrative took a more acute rotation when individuals re-examined Diddy's fleeting association with Lori Harvey in 2019.
Didn't Diddy's son date her?
Yes! That cannot be true.
Sounds like someone's got Diddy issues. And by someone, we mean him. Because they actually look pretty happy.
Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Shocking! For some reason. But yes, Diddy's now getting super cozy with Steve Harvey's daughter, who Diddy's son, Justin Combs, used to hang out with.
I don't think that her and Justin were even that serious. They were just out in the club a couple times.
I think it's more interesting that Steve Harvey's there.
Survey says the number one most interesting thing about this photo is
Diddy and his son are Eskimo brothers.
And to make it more interesting,
His son on this trip?
They were there. They're not in these pictures, but I think they left.
He is dating his son's ex-girlfriend when his son was there as well.
But if his son's moved on, why not? Puff has an unbelievably close relationship with all of his sons. I don't think it's something that he would do if it was a big, huge deal.
You like who you like. The exception to I like who I like is accept my son's exes.
So congrats, you two look really happy.
At the era, it was handled like typical superstar gossip. Seasons later, it became something different entirely. Digital producers started framing the association as tactical rather than romantic. Certain speculated that Steve Harvey and his spouse Marjorie promoted the association to fortify sector connections. Others went further, asserting there was some type of organized pact or partner validation of this. Zero documents, zero believable observers, and zero corroboration from anyone engaged. These assertions reside entirely in the domain of digital conjecture. However, conjecture circulates quickest when it correlates with current convictions. Numerous individuals already believe Diddy's festivities possessed somber reputations dating back to the 1990s. That conviction existed long before any chronicle. So individuals started posing distressing inquiries. If Steve Harvey ever addressed these rumors straight away, he has not contradicted them, validated them, or recognized them. His quietude has permitted YouTube narratives to expand unhindered. In today's internet customs, quietude does not pause a narrative, it nourishes it. Some of the most extreme rumors encompassing this circumstance involve purported tapes and extortion. Certain digital voices assert Diddy clandestinely taped influential visitors at confidential assemblies and later utilize footage to regulate or suppress them. Steve Harvey's identity has been dragged into these hypotheses without proof. Zero authenticated origin has ever validated the presence of any such footage involving him. Numerous of these assertions have been marked as gossip or falsehoods. Nevertheless, they endure for one motive. The Chronicle validated that Diddy recorded private instances comprehensively.
Sean Combs gotta be the dumbest motherfucker walking the planet, though. Why would he be recording all of that shit leading
How did
up?
50 get that footage?
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
I heard
so like the first 10 minutes, and it's like footage from Diddy right before he got arrested.
They said because Diddy was either shooting a documentary or had somebody filming everything.
Yeah.
So he bought the footage from that company?
That would be my guess.
That's hilarious.
That's what I heard. So I heard something like that. I don't know. But why would you be recording that if you Diddy?
I think he thought he was going to get off. Beat it, and then he would have a document of him overcoming the situation.
But showing what?
I mean, it's nothing like particularly inflammatory. It's just him going around the city and talking to his attorneys and trying to figure it out. But it's juxtaposed against. They have a lot of incredible archival footage. Like, they really spent a lot of money. And when you look at it, you're like, God, like, Diddy really has been in the press for 35, 40, you know, like...
Basically his whole life.
And they go way, way back. Like, you know...
Yeah, I heard they go back to the basketball game.
Before that, I mean, there's pictures of him in Mount Vernon. There's like a 5-year-old kid, childhood friends. Like, it's very thorough. I mean, the one criticism I've read, and I don't know how fair it is it doesn't delve into the victim stories as much as it could, but I'm only 2 episodes in, and there is one woman in, I think, episode 1, and it's like a very emotional scene where she recounts some of the stuff that happened to her. Like, I think it's well done so far.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I just, you know, for me, it's just like, I don't know why you would be recording that, because from the clips that I saw, it just seems like the highest level of arrogance, and it seems like he's just trying to manipulate his way out of this situation.
Oh, he talks about that on the tape.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Like, this is how we're going to play the media. This is how we're going to manipulate the media.
What?
Wow.
Oh, but imagine if you're recording it thinking you're going to make the doc. He wasn't thinking he's going to put any of that.
Don't say that out loud.
It's like the book example. Yeah, it's all right if she writes a book because we'll go back and edit it. What happened is they recorded it. They probably thought they could edit it and frame it how they wanted to, and then fell apart. And I'm guessing whoever filmed it was like, well, he's never going to buy this footage from me because he's in jail now. And then 50's tapped in.
Oh, I have to see that.
But why would I ever, my point is, why would I ever be talking like that in front of anybody? Even if I felt that way, why would I be having that conversation to be recorded?
Well, that's one of the themes in the doc, is that at a certain point, and they trace it back to City College, because he skated on that, essentially, he believed he was untouchable.
Skated on Shine. Did they talk about that?
Yeah, we haven't even got, the first episode, it's still Uptown Records, right? And they have some really like crazy footage from inside the event at City College, which I've never seen before. And you can see him in the middle of like the chaos. It's pretty damning footage. Wow. And the case that's made is he beat that. He had no business beating that. The label at that time wanted him gone. Andre Harrell fought for him, kept him around. And then once he got past that, he's like,
I can do anything.
I can do anything. I just had an event and 9 people got killed, and I'm the king of New York.
I'll tell you one thing too, man. A lot of people saying like, you know, they think 50's being vindictive. To those people, I say, you just don't know the backstory of 50 and
The chronicle between 50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs is less regarding overt conflict and more regarding long-term friction. Both ascended from New York, yet through very distinct routes. Diddy constructed his authority within the music sector, mastering commerce, branding, and associations. He became recognized as a gatekeeper, someone who regulated entry and possibility. 50 Cent emerged outside that framework. His profession was molded by endurance, autonomy, and discord. After being excluded early on, he learned to operate without sector authorization. When he erupted into stardom in the early 2000s, he performed so on his personal conditions, bolstered by street authenticity and steadfast partnerships. Throughout the seasons, 50 Cent frequently utilized humor and communal commentary to challenge sector personalities, including Diddy. While Diddy remained mostly quiet, the divergence stayed apparent. One depended on impact behind the curtains. The other revealed authority by declining to participate. That solitary reality opened the gateway to infinite conjecture regarding who else might surface in unobserved footage. In the communal creativity, potentiality becomes likelihood very rapidly. The reality stays unaltered. Steve Harvey has not been scrutinized. He has not been accused. His television programs persist. His brand agreements stay functional. His profession displays no detectable harm. That renders the gossip feebler, not sturdier. And yet, individuals persist questioning why he has selected total quietude instead of a basic contradiction. In Hollywood, quietude can be a judicial tactic, a communal relations verdict, or a personal preference. The difficulty is that the spectators do not comprehend which one it is, and hesitation is where conspiracy narratives flourish the most. One of the most alarming notions to emerge from Sean Combs. The reckoning was not who surfaced in the Chronicle, but who did not. Digital dialogue quickly concentrated on 7 prominent figures rumored to have been deleted due to judicial hazard, authority, or delicacy. Identities like Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart, Maze, Justin Bieber.
Started hanging out with Diddy. And, you know, he also speaks on how, you know, Snoop, he did the Steve Harvey show with Diddy after Tupac got killed. Check this out.
Okay. It's downloading right now.
Then you look at the scenario how everybody used Pac to make their stuff famous or make their project better. You got people who use their songs with Pac and tell them how much they love Pac, but they do songs with Puffy. You got Steve Harvey, you know, this motherfucker telling well, Pac, according to everybody else, he brings Snoop and Puffy on there and say, these are dudes who's running this in the East Coast, West Coast.
What's up, Snoop? What's up, huh?
Hey, whoa, wait a minute, fellas here, hold up. You know, I know all about this East Coast, West Coast rivalry thing here, but we in Chicago now. This rivalry stuff, we gotta stop it, man. We stop that, we stop a lot of this violence.
Yo, Steve, check this, man. All that East Coast, West Coast stuff is a bunch of media hype. It's been my dog from day one, you know what I'm saying? It's all good between me and him. That's my peoples.
For real, that's what we came in for. We came in to light it up and ride it up. We made music happen.
Now, Pac, if you love Pac so much, how you with the mother that everybody say got something to do with the first get down that happened to Pac in New York, then the second one.
Look to me, look, you could hear some laughter. There was laughter. It was
Diddy was a big part of this culture. You know,
right.
His after parties, you know, were a part of the BET experience. So, you know, life comes at you fast, but, you know, Kevin had to address the elephant in the room.
Yo, you see how people act when you won't let them come on stage and get a fake apology so they can promote that little whack song?
As far as receipts, here is what Mace had to say about that.
Yo, I did this talking about he want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipt. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing. Cause I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. You know who to play with.
I want to know what Justin Bieber, I want to know. Justin Bieber, look at his life change. His man life, that man is terrified of Puffy. I seen the video. I'm in the streets, dog. Like people know, fear, dog. Me like, what happened to your number? He like, I lost it. Fear, man. You gotta think of all the people, the white folks who've been at the parties. They scared. They don't roll in crowds with niggas and guns. When they get slapped in the mouth at a party for being too high, they shut up. You get what I'm saying? You gotta think of all these people who've been terrified for years. Everybody. But see, people understand. I can say this, because I've been saying it while he was out. I'm one of the few people been calling this out for years. They ain't scared of who. I've been telling this where you at. I'm not scared of you. I'm not saying I'm bad or nothing, but I'm saying like, I got the right to speak. I'm not trying to kick him while he down or some. I've been looking in this motherfucking camera for the longest telling you I don't like you, I don't like nobody around you, and I don't like what you did to me. I woke up one day, I was 40 years old, didn't have a home, didn't have nothing. I'm like, what the happened to 20 years?
Okay, son. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
At the time, I didn't even know who the Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when probably say, yo, man, I don't with them. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, bleeding from the and that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard.
You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that's crazy. And like I just said, you know, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't see. You know, a lot of people want to, you know, because Gene Deal has spoken on certain things that I've heard, I have spoken on it. But then they were just trying to say, I know. No, I'm not scared to say what I heard. And if there's any truth to it, then it's truth to it. Let them find it. Things that I've saw or things that I've witnessed and been a part of, I've said it. I'm not afraid to say what I saw or what I didn't see. A lot of people want to make up. I don't make up things. When I say Puff go in the room with two girls, you understand, and another guy and a rapper, and then all of a sudden they cousin try to go in the room, I throw them up against the piano, they run out the room grabbing towels, and they still have two girls in the room. But people want to make up a lot of bull and say what they want to say and flip it the way they want to flip it.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Puppy. The status of Puppy.
What do you make of that situation? All right. No comment from Clive Davis on P. Diddy. Mr. Davis, you were a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid? Have you spoken to Sean Combs? Any comment, Mr. Davis? Any comments about Diddy? He credits you as one of his mentors.
Each identity arrived with its personal background, chronicle, and conjecture. Certain were portrayed as sufferers, others as observers, and others as unreachable gatekeepers. Incorporating them might have provoked litigations, circulation difficulties, or sector terminations. Steve Harvey was not formally categorized among these 7, yet individuals started to position him on the periphery of that dialogue due to his impact and stature. The Chronicle proposed that disclosure in Hollywood is not haphazard. It is negotiated. Certain narratives are recounted entirely, others are pruned cautiously. That notion solo renders individuals anxious because if the populace only perceives what is permitted, then quietude becomes questionable by default. Steve Harvey's persisting silent presence unaffected by aftermath nourishes the conviction that some personalities are shielded not because they are blameless but because exposing them would trigger excessive harm. When Cat Williams spoke in early 2024 regarding sector falsehoods and concealed conduct, numerous individuals dismissed it as overstatement. He specifically identified Diddy long before the judgment, labeling him fragment of a cluster that would encounter repercussions. After everything that has occurred, that footage matured uniquely. Presently, individuals are re-observing his expressions not as humor but as caution. Cat Williams did not identify Steve Harvey straight away, but he condemned ethical branding in Hollywood. He discussed individuals who advocate one matter openly while compromising privately to endure. That portrayal rendered individuals uneasy because it compelled them to challenge the depictions they rely on most. Steve Harvey's entire brand is constructed on mentorship, conviction, and control. When someone like that becomes even marginally linked to scandal, the response is sturdier, not due to proof, but due to divergence. That divergence is what 50 Cent comprehends. He understands that challenging a depiction can be more harmful than alleging a felony. So when he suggests rather than charges, he permits the spectators to perform the remainder. And currently, the spectators are observing Steve Harvey's quietude very attentively.
You know, it's clear they had some issues with Pac, and Pac died, and all of a sudden you chilling with Puffy. Back then, it just, okay, now you can say what you want. You go, all grandfathers, I guess. You know what I mean? That's different now. But back then, I think it was It was weird. It was tasteless. You know what I mean? Didn't seem like you really had that much love for Pac. You could have just, you know what I mean? Unless he pressured them or like questioned Puffy, like, yo, what's up with this? What's up with that? Then you could say, you know what I mean? No problem. Like somebody said, okay, I'm talking, like I believe somebody mentioned that they seen a video with me and the dude Prodigy or one of the dudes from our Deep, as if I was with, they don't know the backdrop of that. I went to his hotel room ready to fight. Like, bro, I'll fight everybody in that room one-on-one. Even if I lose, it doesn't matter. The Outlaws was with me. My homie Tiny, the Mexican homie, was with me. I didn't go there and say, let me get in a video with these guys. I went there knocking on their door, doom, doom, doom. Tell them dudes to come out. What's up with y'all? What's up with you and Pac? You got a problem with Pac? Because we could just fight like man to man, face to face, and then shake hands. That was my approach with them. But when they told me they didn't have no problem, I don't mind being with you. You know what I mean? I don't mind shaking your hand because they told me they had love for Pac. So that's different, you know what I mean? If he come out and say, well, I already, you know, I questioned Puffy about it. I believe that he didn't, you know, he loved Pac. That's my opinion. I can move the way I want to move. So when people try to, I noticed somebody, I think on your page do that, where Napoleon was in the video with Mobb Deep. They don't know how I got in that video with Mobb Deep, you know what I mean? I pulled up on him and just, but I'm the type of person, I never been a bully type of person. You know what I mean? If I talk to a person like a man and they tell me face to face, look, I got love for Pac, I'm comfortable to know if I can look in their eyes, and if I believe what they said, I have the right to say, okay, no problem, I believe you. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what Snoop went through, I don't know. But let the people know, because it was too early back then. You know, Pac just had died. You know what I mean? Like, he had the right to say, the reason why I'm rolling with Puffy, I questioned him about my homie. He gave me this answer. So then he did what he had to do. But it just, you know what I mean? I never really agree with that, to be honest. The same way I couldn't be on the stage with him. When they wanted to do that tribute, I just couldn't do it. Like, I really felt in my heart, like, man, I can't believe this is about to happen.
That being said, as of today, there are 0 accusations against Steve Harvey. There are 0 lawsuits, 0 inquiries, and 0 authenticated proof connecting him to misconduct. What resides instead is quietude, erased tribute, and a caution that declines to be precise. 50 Cent persists to suggest. The internet persists to conjecture, and Steve Harvey persists to utter nothing whatsoever. In a sector where reality frequently emerges seasons later rather than instantaneously, individuals are left pondering whether this quietude signifies there is naught to address or whether addressing it would unlock gateways that were never intended to be unlocked. So the genuine inquiry becomes this. In Hollywood, is quietude the indicator of blamelessness, or is it the most secure maneuver when the reality is too intricate to clarify? Inform us what you reflect in the remarks beneath. If you enjoy this footage, strike that subscribe button so that you never fail to notice any novel footages. And until then, family, stay genuine. Music.